Let's see how we can develop a scatter plot with ggplot2. The function was ggplot. It was taking two arguments. One of them is what is the name of data sets. Then we have to say which parameters from the data set should be mapped to the plot and which plot I want to use. The plot name, the scatter plot name is point, and I'm gonna use one x and one y. The point with that using the x and y is we have to consider both of them to be numeric variables. Scrolling down, let me hashtag this piece of code and run the head function for the diamonds data set just to refresh my mind, and run the code, and I see I have these variables. Let's for now let's use this caret and the price variables for exploring the scatter plot. Okay, so I'm gonna hashtag this head argument, and I'm gonna activate the ggplot function. The first argument is what is my data. My data is called diamonds data set. From the diamonds data set, I want my x to be the caret, comma, to separate the arguments, and my y to be the price, because I want to explore the relationship between price and caret in different diamonds. Let's run the code. The jump point is fine, and see the results. Oh, what happened? Yeah, this is the results. How we can interpret these results. I see when the caret increase, the price also increase. So for example, the caret for this one is 5, and these three have the caret more than 4, and their price is very high. They are at the top of the y axis, and yeah, the caret is very low, the price is very low. This was the most basic type of scatter plot. Let's add some color. As I already discussed, it's appropriate if I want to add a constant color. It is more appropriate to add it inside the jump point, not here. If you want to add the constant, but if you want to allocate a variable to the color, you can add it inside the aesthetics. What do I mean by the constant? For example, color of green is one constant color. And if I run this code, all of the dots would be shown by green. But as I already identified, I really don't like to just allocate one color. I can put the color over here and add one other variable to get more insights. Let me run the head code again just to refresh my mind about what I had, and let us select one of these variables to use it as a color. The variable for the color should be categorical. So I also, guys, I really don't like to see too many of these observations. Let me, under the head, tell him I just need to see one observation. And okay, right now I can see both the plot and the name of different variables. Let's explore this scatter plot with the cut. So I want to give different colors to the diamonds with different cut. Run the code, and let's see the results. Okay, it looks good, and it looks like I see a few of the fair cuts over here, which are cheaper. However, very expensive cuts can also be fair. Sorry, very expensive diamonds can have a fair cut, and premium cuts can also be very expensive. Again, fair and fair. Interesting. I don't wanna, write it again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna generate another scatter plot. I'm gonna copy and paste the same scatter plot. This time, instead of color cut, I'm gonna use color. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, these are the different colors. It looks like I can see a cluster. There's a cluster of color D here. So color D cannot be very expensive. The more expensive ones, it looks like I can see these guys, this J, color J can be expensive. Also, these two colors that are shown by these greens, there are a few expensive one of them. And yeah, so I mean, in this cluster over here, I can see the yellows generally are more expensive. The color I is after J, and the cheapest is D and E. And as you go to the right, the colors are getting lighter. It is interesting, it is interesting that I can get this sort of data with visualization using ggplot. Is there anything else I want to explore? Yes, let's also explore how the stuff works with the clarity. I'm gonna deactivate this ggplot and this ggplot function. Why? Because the dataset includes a lot of observations, and I'm scared I'm gonna run out of RAM in my computer. That's why I deactivated them. And this time I want to use this categorical variable of clarity. Let's see what is the result. Okay, so clarity I1, obviously clarity I1 has the highest price. Clarity IF is over here. They have usually lower carat, and they have lower carat. And what's going on over here? Then this this clarity I1, it can have very expensive price or very low price. Also, the carat can be different. But you see this color is very limited in the carat, and but it can include a wide range for the price. And I can see, what else can I see? Again, the lighter colors are here with low carat, and darker ones are toward the right. Okay, shall we apply other changes? Yes, we can. For example, I can change the shape. For example, I can say shape equals to color. Sorry, shape equals to clarity, which means I want to have different shapes for different diamonds with different clarity. Let me run the code, and as you can see, this guy I1 appears with with circle. Cool. Over here, I have another shape for this one, and this plus sign is over here. It's a bit difficult to, if you are asking me, it's using shapes in this specific data set is not very helpful, because take a look here. I'm losing shapes. I can't detect different shapes, and it's not really useful. But using colors was much more useful in comparison with shapes in this data set. So I really didn't like shapes. I'm gonna delete it. And what else can I do is I can use this geom smooth. Let me use it later. But if you think the location of data, different data are too much inside each other and it is very difficult to distinguish them from each other, we can use an argument which is called, you can see it here, which is called position equals to jitter. So what jitter do is basically randomly, change the location of the data so we can distinguish different points from each other. But that change is not that much. It just helps me to better distinguish the data. You see, yeah, it helps a bit. It helps a bit to better understand what's going on with the data. So, but I guess what can be very helpful in this specific situation is using an external layer of facet wrap, because it's very difficult to identify the trend for any given clarity. Let's see if I partition, if I separately explore different clarities in different places. Let's see, can it be helpful for my understanding about the data set? Okay, facet, wrap, wrap based on clarity, run the code. Yeah, I actually like it. I actually like it. I guess this is good. So clarity I1 can include a wide range of um, carat and wide range of price. Actually, all of them can include their price can start from a very cheap, and they also have very high prices over here in the y-axis. What is really different between different diamonds is their carat. So you see the carat for this I1 with the clarity I1 can start from 0 and end up here, but the carat for this one is yeah, I mean, don't have that much variation, and the variation for the carat of IF and VVS1 is really limited. They don't go more than 2 here and here. So I like this facet, using this facet wrap in this specific case. So what I did was, I really don't know which type of visualization would be good, right? I'm trying different ones. I'm trying different types of visualizations, and I'm trying to make sense of them. And in this case, this situation of using, color for clarity, geom point, and facet wrap with clarity was good. Maybe if you play with data a little bit more, you can come up with better visualization. So we have to spend a bit of time for, exploring the best option for visualization.